This is Dabu7. Today, credit markets calling Monday Black Monday. And if you haven't noticed, the stock markets have tanked out completely. Big time. As you can see here, this is looking at the IG credit, which has crashed back to right where when this whole thing kicked off, when they announced the pandemic into motion and all the markets dumped. We are almost right back down to that low. And in the process, this has pulled down quite a few things. Now, there's been talk that if we enter a second quarter back-to-back crashing, that this sparks a recession. And now they're talking about the potential for depression. What I find interesting about some of the talk here is that when they look at these charts, they say that they happen in waves. You can see here gold topped 1880, and then it dumped down with everything as well. Bitcoin just off a cliff as all the crypto markets have bled out. And the S&P to lows of the year into bear market territory. Now, Bloomberg notes that sell programs of this size are typically not single events. They tend to happen in clusters, and that probably means that stocks might be in store for bigger losses. So this is what's going on out there. Here on this Monday, they're saying it's the 5th largest sell program in history right now with all this going on. So if you're taking a look at stocks, taking a look at your accounts, and you're wondering what happened, this is what's been going on today. I'm going to break this down further on the next live stream. Make sure to join me. You'll find links below in the description box. Make sure to hit that bell notification for more.
All right, Dabu. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawada from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina. Coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it could be edifying. And I just started watching the brother Shakan's video. You know, I believe he titled it, if you invested in the stock market, you know, you about to take a big L or something to that effect. All right, but the brother was in the spirit, of course. And, you know, this was on my spirit as well. You know, I'm somebody, the Lord, before I came into the truth, you know, I was heavily into the stock market, you know, learning about finance, learning about world economics and whatnot. So that's just something that I'm, you know, that I understand. And even before I came into the truth, I understood just what we're seeing right now. You know, I understood that this system was backed off of nothing but pure debt, you know, and a country cannot, or a nation, a system, an economy cannot be built, or it cannot sustain itself, all right, off of debt. And the scriptures actually back that up, man, you know. But that was something I came to understand early on. So I was already pessimistic about this society, you know, coming into the faith, you know, before I came in, you know. And this just solidified it, of course, you know. It solidified my faith, you know, that this place is gonna crash, man. You know, it's not gonna continue on. It's not going to bounce back, you know, like you've seen in other recessions or depressions. Like I got this comment queued up right here. All right, it says, and this is a very interesting comment. You know, a brother sent it in the chat, you know, and I found it on here. It says, we have been in a recession since 2008. It says the markets had an artificial recovery propped up by quantitative easing, and that's what you've been seeing. All right, you know, and I was young when during the Great Recession, you know, when everything crashed in '08, but a lot of people lost out. You know, the housing bubble popped, so to speak. The housing market crashed. You know, a lot of people were, you know, a lot of middle class people were left homeless. And but what they've been doing, you know, under the Obama administration, which it doesn't really matter what administration, because this has been the plan of the global elites. All right, these different administrations are nothing more than puppets being controlled. But nonetheless, you know, they have something called quantitative easing, which, let's look up a proper definition of that real quick. Let's get a definition for quantitative easing. All right, from Forbes Advisor, quantitative easing, QE. All right, which there's been many damn forms of this, since 2008. It says QE for short is a monetary policy strategy used by central banks like the Federal Reserve, which we know is owned by, the powers that be. All right, those little hats. It says with QE, a central bank purchases securities in an attempt to reduce interest rates, increase the supply of money, and drive more lending to consumers and businesses. So basically, it's debt. That's exactly what it is. It's debt. They print the American U.S. dollar, all right, which is nothing more than fiat currency, is really fake money because it's not backed by gold or silver. Gold and silver, land, cattle, that's real money. Here it is. They give you this paper money, and they have all the gold and all the assets and all the land, all right, and all the cattle, the farms, all right, to themselves. And they give you bullshit money. And here it is. You got Jake killing each other over fiat currency, man. That's going to very much crash soon. They're going to crash this system, man. I know we sound like a broken record, but you can't base an economy off of debt. All right, off of, they do credit and lending. All right, and it's usury. So what quantitative easing is they want to get it to lower interest rates so that people can lend more, so they can lend money out to boost the economy. It's fake. It's a facade. It's phony. Okay, everything looks like they give you money to build things, build up to continue to build up Babylon, giving out money to buy houses, to buy cars, to buy different things, but the actual wealth of this place, there is no real wealth. Everything is propped up on debt, and it's bound to fall at some point in time. Hopefully that makes sense. It's bound to fall. And that's just if you want to look at it from a worldly perspective. It's going to fall because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai ordained it to fall. But if you want to get into the analytics of how this place is systematically being broken down, all right, first of all, the elites, are going to crash the system. They want to introduce their new currency. Their new currency is going to be the MOTB, the C to the H to the I to the P, all right, which is biblical prophecy, which is the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The Lord is putting it in their spirit to want to push this, to fulfill the Lord's will. And the closer Esau gets to pushing this, all right, the closer our kingdom is, man. And that's just the truth. It says the goal is to simulate economy activity during a financial crisis and keep credit flowing. Exactly what I said. They want to keep people spending money. They don't want people to realize that the sky is falling around them, so to speak. All right, it's like you're in a burning ass house. All right, or the house is on fire. But they want to get you glued to the TV or whatever, so that you're not paying attention to the fact that the whole house is on fucking fire. And that's what you see going on now. All which going back to this comment, let me read it and then I'll make the comparison. It says, right here, it says, what we are about to experience is not a recession or even a Great Depression, but rather something akin to the fall of Rome. And that's spiritual. All right, because spiritually, this place is Rome all over again. The revived Roman Empire, NATO and the EU. All right, and one of the biggest figureheads is America. It's that whore that sit upon the beast. That sat upon the 7 heads and 10 horns. That was pretty much in control of all this up until now, because America's power is waning. Okay, but it's comparing it to Rome, and what was a big thing that was used in Rome to distract the people from realizing that their kingdom was falling around them was what? Bread and circus. They had the Colosseum, they had the gladiator games, and that's what you have now. You have UFC fights, boxing matches, you have the NFL, you have the NHL, which is the National Hockey League. You got basketball, they're in the finals right now. Actually game 5 is tonight. You think niggas are out here worried about the stock market crashing? No, they gonna be worried about who gonna win game 5 tonight. See, these niggas don't, and when I say niggas, it's so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, our people. Because that's really who we're concerned about. They're not worried about, what's really going on. They don't see the famine that's being prepared. They don't see that the monetary system is about to collapse. All right, all your stabilities are about to become instabilities. You know, and Jake don't know how to hunt and do none of that shit, man. At least Esau is actually prepping. You know, Esau's in that prepping spirit because he's carnal as hell. You know, us that are in this truth, we don't have to prep. Now, is it wise to get certain things? Of course, like Apostle Tahar said, but that's not where we put our, we don't put all of our eggs in that basket. We put all of our faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because the Lord said that his servants are going to eat. You know, we're not supposed to meditate upon what we shall eat or what shall we drink during that time, man. All right, but nonetheless, all right, speaking about the fall of Rome, it says that thou is not heading to 3,000 or 30,000. It is heading to 0, which I've been saying is through the Spirit. And, of course, it wasn't time yet, but back when before we went on lockdown, when they first started pushing the whole Crown Royale and the market tanked how it did, it was never supposed to recover. But what did they do? They printed more money. They gave people stimulus checks, and people all around acted like things were just normal. Now you have 2 years later, and people don't think this place is going to fall. And right now, more than ever, it's about to collapse. And when it falls, it's going to fall hard. The stock market is falling right on its fucking face. Crypto is falling right on its face. You have all these so-called crypto millionaires, this whole get rich quick. All you got to do is put money. I said for a long time, I didn't believe in this whole crypto thing because it's not real money. It is not backed by anything. It doesn't have any real value other than the price. And the price is only determined by what people are even willing to pay for it. So yeah, Bitcoin all up there. It went from fucking 60,000, now it's down to like 23. It's lost more than half its value, in the last few months. The stock market, like you said, it's not going from 30. It's not going down to 30,000. It's about to go to fucking 0, man. All right, you're gonna have people about to be blow their fucking brains out, man. All right, sorry that I'm being vulgar about it, but hey, that's just how it is. All right, we're not here to sugarcoat shit. America is about to fucking fall, man, and this is what the Spirit has on the brothers to prophesy. All right, because you ain't a prophet if you're not prophesying against this place, man. You're not a true prophet of the Lord. And actually, let me grab it. Let's go here, because we love doing this, man. Jeremiah 28:8. People want to call us fearmongers. You're always, just talking about the negative. There is no positive to this place. All right. The only positive to this place is going to be utterly burned by fire, man. All right, by thermonuclear missiles. This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, is this not a great kingdom? We're prophesying of war and of evil and of pestilence. Russia's about to fuck this place up. China's getting ready to fuck this place up. All right, even NATO and the EU, America's allies, are going to turn this place and burn her with fire. And that's thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. Pestilences are going to still come. Famine is going to come. All right, there's no good coming to America, Babylon the Great. Only evils, bad times. That's what we're here to prophesy, man. We're prophesying against Mount Seir. We're prophesying against this so-called great kingdom, man. The Lord only allowed this place to be great to show his power in destroying this bitch. And that's facts. This is Jeremiah. Let's get it. 51. Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. It says, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Right? The Lord has commanded his people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, to depart from this place, man. All right, first you have to spiritually depart. And once we spiritually depart, once the prophecies come to pass, Yahweh and the angels are going to come and physically remove us from this place when it's time for that that last judgment to go forth on this place, and that's to be utterly burned with thermonuclear fire. It says, verse 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine therefore the nations are mad. Exactly. You know, all these nations have drunken the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and they've been made rich. You know, you read that Revelations 18. You know, and there's a judgment coming for that. You know, these nations are gonna lament. All right, this is the economic hub, pretty much of the entire world, which now is moving more toward China. All right, but they don't got next. All right, Israel has next. The Lord is doing all this for His word's sake, first and foremost, and He's coming to put, He's about to put His people back on top. All right, but Babylon have been that golden cup. It says that made all the earth drunken, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. Right, all this quantitative easing, all these stimulus checks, you know, these stimmies, you know, which they ain't sent none recently. They've been sending all their money to the fucking Ukraine. America's broke, man. Just in case you didn't know, America's broke. But hey, you know, and who doesn't give a fuck the most? The women. Because here it is, they're still in the spirit of planning their vacations, planning this and planning that, when everything is crumbling all around you, man. Now they talking about this a tampon shortage, man. But soon it's about to be a shortage of everything. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right, this place is not going to be healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reaches under heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, I'm going to get this. Ecclesiastes 12. Yep. Remember now thy the Creator, verse 1. So, Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right, on all sides, you know, these people that are looking at this place, you know, trying to plan ahead for this place, they see that this place is just, there's no future here, man. You know, those that look out of the windows be darkened, man. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right, this economy is coming to a halt. All right, the work is going to cease. All right, we ain't about to be going to work soon, man. Just get that in your mind now. Any day now, the Lord can pull the plug on this shit quickly. You know, it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. You know, and that's pretty much the point. You know, there's no joy coming to this place. There's no prosperity coming to America. Only death and evils and destructions and calamities. All right, and we're seeing an inkling of that. All right, the Lord has been systematically breaking this place down. All right, who knows? They can keep trying to prop this place up, but the more you prop this place up with debt, you're just trying to prolong that fall, man. And eventually the elites are just gonna say fuck it and let it crash, because then it's gonna be time for them to push that CHIP, man. It's gonna be time for them. You know, and it's you know, they could do it this year. Lord willing, they do it this year. No, but any day now. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. We give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.